February 17th, Alger County Board of Commissioners.
Good evening.
Roll call.
Commissioner Caprosa, Commissioner Livermore, Commissioner Nettleton.
Here.
Commissioner Rondo.
Here.
Commissioner Seaver.
Here.
That's right.
Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda.
Number 4.
What's that? Oh, brief public comment, yeah. Comment? No. Nope. Okay, no agenda.
Don't see anything that needed changing, so make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
All support.
All in favor, or no, roll call?
This is the
Resolution.
Commissioner Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo,
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver.
Yes. Number 7 minutes.
Number 6.
6.
Oh, consent agenda.
Got somewhere to be?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
Usually don't skip 2 in a row, so.
Consent agenda.
Get that shit done on time.
Any questions on the consent agenda?
Nope, I'm good.
I have none.
Neither.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
All support.
Roll call?
Commissioner Nettleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo.
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver.
Yes. Minutes, everybody had a chance to go over the minutes?
Didn't
Yep.
find any errors in them.
I didn't find anything wrong with me either.
You need to, can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Nettleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo.
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 8. Affirm authority authorizing. Okay, attorney to act as directed. Hater.
Make that motion.
And all support.
Roll call?
Pronounce his last name there.
I'm not even gonna destroy.
Hater. That's his name.
Kiz-
Hater Kazim.
Kazim.
Kazeen?
Kazim.
Commissioner Nettleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo.
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver.
Yes. Any unfinished business? There's just A, license plate scanner. What do you got for us? Matt?
What do you want to know?
Hi, Cal. I want to know, it's up to me.
Whoever's got questions, Matt said he'd come in and answer anybody's questions.
I want to know how long you keep that data. And why you can't just, if you're gonna have that. The license plate you're looking for, why don't you just have that on there instead of reading everybody else's that goes by?
It doesn't quite work like that.
Well,
We create a hot list, it's called. The state of Michigan creates a hot list, we create a hot list. The state of California has a hot list. And it will detect the license plate. So it has to read every license plate in order to detect the ones that they're looking for. And I did ask the question to the rep. There is a retention on it. The retention is whatever I set it at.
but you said it at 24 hours?
I haven't said anything yet,
Oh,
but I have that capability.
So we can.
So you can, if there is a crime, let's say that we get word there's a crime in the city and they went, oh, county's got license plate readers and this thing happened on Saturday and they call me the next Monday. You know, let's say a week and 1 day or 2 days later. And if I have that on for 30 days, it may pick up, it may have that vehicle stored in there. If I don't have the retention on, then it's gonna tell me, no, you're out of luck. So
So basically, we set the retention.
we set the retention rate,
okay.
our department does.
Do we have the right to tell you how long you can hold it?
You can tell me whatever you want, I mean,
I do, but
what- he does,
Yeah.
he can tell me.
there's only 3 times we're ever gonna use this thing, guys. Is drug interdiction cases. For drugs, for Amber Alert with children. And for pedophile stings when we do our undercover operations. To I shouldn't even said that publicly, but when we do undercover operations of some sorts, that's the only 3 times we're gonna use. We're not using this to write tickets or to look at people's plates. We're using it as a tool to protect the community.
And there's other instances that, you know, we would be compelled to use it. You know, we've had it before where a suicidal subject was coming from Lower Michigan to the Grand Marais area. And in turn, Rich Cole's lucky he's alive because he stumbled upon the car just as the guy had a rifle to his head and the bullet came right, it took his head off and almost hit Rich Cole. If they'd have had a license plate reader at that time, and we can deploy that on M77, hey, the guy's right here. Instead, they stumbled up to a guy with a gun to his head. We can, you know, there's multiple different scenarios we can use this for. We're certainly not monitoring the public and where they're driving or what they're driving, but there's certain things that we have to be cognizant of for public safety, and that's what we're gonna use them for.
That's not what bothers me. It's where does that data go and how long do they keep it?
The data goes into a cloud off of Vigilant Solutions. The data is kept as long as we set it for. I have the capability to go in and say, okay, we're gonna retain for 24 hours. We're gonna retain for 30 days. We're gonna retain for 90 days. I don't know. I haven't even gotten that far with it yet.
Well, I'd like to know before we okay it.
But you can't foresee all the different types of scenarios. You know, I can't
Well, that's what I'm telling you. You
Oh,
can't
okay.
foresee all of them.
you
And
can't.
one of them is, where's that data go? Does that go to Sweden? Does that?
No,
You can't tell me that's for sure.
it goes into the cloud that's kept by Vigilant Solutions, which is part of Motorola. Motorola bought them.
My opinion, we're really overthinking this.
We are.
We have no intentions on violating people's
Oh, I'm not
rights.
saying you do.
This is a tool to protect the community, period. And honestly, I'm gonna use it. If there's an Amber Alert, regardless what the board votes, if I got a child missing, I'm gonna use it. If we have a drug dealer, I'm gonna use it because that's the only way we can protect our community. And sometimes you just gotta trust that we're doing the right things to protect people. Not look at us like we're trying to violate people's rights. And that's the way we feel anymore. We feel like this is for the right reason here.
Can I ask you, Mick? In what scenario, because what we're hearing is that it's going to be taken and we're gonna invade people's rights. Can you give me a scenario in which that happens? That it may happen?
I
how
can
do
give you a scenario.
okay.
You don't
No.
have my folder with me.
Okay, so one that's, say you're driving down the road, they're keeping an eye on 28 and 94. And you are driving down that road and 4 cars after you, we read a plate that was on the hot list. And you think that because of that being stored and put into, somebody is gonna go, oh, look, because of that car, we're gonna go check your car because you might be involved in that because you were close to that vehicle?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you think that they'll have your license plate number, which if you walk into any DMV, anybody could get that information if they had a warrant. Like, there's ways of
Yeah,
getting
but
that
you're
information.
doing this without a warrant.
Okay, so, but,
Here's what I wanna tell you. If you go by that thing and they misread your license plate, you got your car loaded with your children.
yeah,
They stopped you because they say it's a stolen vehicle.
yeah,
They take all your kids out of that car, they handcuff them, set them on the ground. Cause it read the plate wrong.
okay.
How do you feel about that?
Well, what I feel is that when that officer comes and says, hey, this is the vehicle, they go, wait, can you look at that plate again?
And it's
Cause they'll
still-
physically be able to see it, and that happens all
But
the
that
time.
thing read it wrong,
But
and that's what they're feeding
may I
in.
interject
But
here?
9 out of 10 times, it's gonna read it correctly.
Yeah, but it's that 10th time.
Commissioner Rondo, may I interject here?
Sure can.
Okay, the license plate reader is a tool. We still have to take common sense. If it read her plate wrong and I'm rolling up on it hot, I'm gonna look at her plate and go, I can physically see that that's not the car we're looking for, and that's the end of it.
That would
That's
be,
just a tool.
that would be the same scenario as
That's
if
just a
somebody
tool.
called in
We
and
still have to
said,
use our
"I
common
see
sense and everything we've been
a
trained to do.
silver, I seen a silver Sebring, and that's a car somebody said on the police router that said that was, and they pull me over and I have my kids in a silver car and they go, oh, you're not who we're looking for. But somebody reported it because they're watching you. They just saw the car drive by their house. I'm just trying to figure out what scenario.
Mick, without a license plate
Are we
reader, we just
trying-
went to a call of a possible
Stop.
kidnapping this summer. And we located the vehicle and we pulled him out of there. And it turns out that the information was wrong. And you know what they said to us? Thank you for coming out. Thank you. We were wrong. The call was wrong, but they still said thank you because the police showed up to a call that said this lady is being kidnapped. It just happened this summer.
So you're saying they can be wrong.
It had nothing to do with a license plate reader.
But he's saying the license plate reader could be wrong and somebody's rights could be violated
No.
because of that
No, 'cause
mistake.
they still have to
But
confirm it.
We
They
still have to
still have to
confirm it. We have to
confirm it.
use common sense. The things that I've been doing on the road for 24 years.
the license plate reader doesn't make that decision. It just makes them aware
It
that,
just
hey,
happened. An
this,
escaped convict from Alabama
license
got
plate showed
caught
up.
with a license plate reader in Texas. He escaped from a prison in Alabama and a license plate reader hit on it and they just caught him. This was a week and a half ago.
so
Not the
if
same
we,
system as ours.
if we needed to put a time frame of keeping it, what is a common time to
I-
keep 72 hours?
I don't know. I
Is
can't even
that
give you that.
what?
We
I-
have,
this-
on our 911 system, we have a 30-day backup on it.
Okay,
It's sort of a, you get a 911 call, it's sort of a safe
right.
buffer.
So it's, I'm just trying to
Doesn't mean we'll do that at
give
all.
an
with it.
idea of, what.
And we're trying to make people feel comfortable with this. That's the last thing I want. I look at this as it's like we carry 9mm pistols. It's a tool that I arm my deputies with to protect themselves. It's a tool that I don't believe, in all due respect to every one of you board members sitting up there, I believe that's my decision. What we arm our officers with, what equipment they carry, if it's a taser or they carry and once we get micromanaged at the county board level about the equipment we can use, I believe it becomes a danger to our officers and the community at some point in time. I understand your concern on this. I truly do, because I also am a big Fourth Amendment guy and a big constitutional guy. I get it. But this is a tool that allows us to grab the bad guy when we don't have a lot of tools right now that's allowing us to do that in the drug. We have fentanyl right now. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we have fentanyl in our county that's being laced in with marijuana, cocaine, and other substances. I was just in Delta County yesterday talking to a guy that's organizing a big fundraiser up there for Delta County. They've just had four of their young people die because it's been laced with fentanyl. And it's trickling into our county. It's here. And this is a tool, if we don't somehow try to get ahead of anything we can do and use to get these people. And this is a tool. This is the only reason we got this thing. This is the only reason. We didn't get this for speeders or for none of that crap. We got this on a drug detection grant, first of all, that was paid for by Stone Guard monies. Correct, Matt?
As soon as the check clears.
As soon as check clears.
But it's paid for by the taxpayer, no matter how you look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, ultimately, I'd agree with that. But it's a tool I know that, how many 2,700 agencies just in Michigan are using it?
No, not in Michigan.
And-
I'm integrated with 2,700 and some odd throughout the country
Yeah.
right now.
Couple quick questions that maybe will help alleviate some things. So what I'm getting is, it's our information. We control how long we keep it.
Mhm.
It's not shared with anybody outside of law enforcement.
No.
You guarantee that.
They're not gonna,
If
they're
you're
not gonna
gonna
sell
ask
your
me
license
if
plates. to
somebody
Google.
can't hack into it because they just hacked into the Sioux Tribal,
Right.
then I'm gonna tell you, no, I can't guarantee it. I can tell you
To the
that
best
as good
of
as
his
the
ability.
software that they've had up there for how long?
Your intent is it goes nowhere.
No,
We store our county information on cloud servers.
I
now.
can't give that out
So
to
it's the same kind of
TD six,
principle.
I can't give it out to anybody, and nor would I.
Right.
We may give it out to other law enforcement agencies like state police. or the
We're
state
already
police.
shared with that.
We are
We're
sharing.
already locked in with them. We share information.
Through
back
the-
and
through
forth.
But now
Through
Chippewa
NBIC.
County has them. Mackinac County has them. We're integrated with them.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. I disagree with you, but.
I respect your
Yeah,
questions, I really
me
do.
too, yeah.
It's not personal.
No, I'm not, I'm not,
Not at all
I
with
just
me.
don't want my information going anywhere, nowhere. Like I told you, I don't own the cell phone just because of it.
Okay.
That's the way I am.
No, I get it. I respect it.
Yeah,
I do.
you're
I mean,
good.
it's already been passed, so.
If this thing hits on one and we bring down a big drug dealer, we bring down a child abductor, we bring. It's gonna look great for us as a county, that we have the tool that could have done this. We have zero intentions to violate anybody's rights, zero, never would happen under our watch. Just a tool to help us. That's all it is.
And like you were talking to, Nick, just to leave this. The scanner, if it does pick up, say, you said it reads it wrong. And it gives us a tick to us. It just sees that car go by, so it's automatically telling. Whoever it goes to, if it's gonna be 911 or what, or rate to you guys. This plate that just passed this point,
Yes,
we send a car out there. We know it's coming. They're looking, they're not gonna, they gotta find that car. There's gonna be multiple silver this or silver that. They pull up behind them. They look at the license number, that's not the right car. They ain't even gonna pull it over until they find what they're looking for.
And you put it, what kind of vehicle do you drive, Mick? Let's just say you drive a red Camry. Let's just say you drive a red Camry and we get a report of, let's say, an abduction in Newberry. And they said it's a red sedan and the license plate, all I could get is the first three letters. And let's just say it's the same three letters that starts with yours. I will pull you over. It's going to happen. And then I'm gonna look and say, Mick, were you in Newberry? Well, hell no, I just came from a commissioner's meeting. Good enough, you're out of here. I mean, the license plate reader just helps us that. It'll give us partials. But it's still our job to determine if that is legit or not. So you could get pulled out of the car when you drive up to Marquette because your vehicle may look like a suspect vehicle that just knocked over the Circle K in Harvey. Holy cow, there it is. And they're gonna pull up and they're gonna see Mickey Rondo. Not
I'd say it's better than,
so.
when my grandchild got abducted, I'd say, I want every 20 miles out of town, every road shut right down and go to
Right.
every car in it. And if
So,
your grandchild, you want to see.
Even the potential's there
Yeah.
without a
I
license
would agree.
plate reader.
So not just one person getting pulled over, because
Yeah.
everybody's getting
Yeah.
backed out. of
we're
it,
gonna
you know.
exhaust all resources we can to find that child.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. No question.
And you'll safeguard that data just like you do all the other personal information you have access to.
Yeah,
But Mick had a good point too, like last week, I know why he's concerned about it, because he said, I know you guys aren't gonna violate rights.
Yeah.
But who's the next sheriff? Who's the next undersheriff? Who's the next?
So I told you before, I have a son that got a ticket for throwing a bottle out his window. He went and paid the ticket. He went up to school in Northern and the cops pulled him over, so put him in the slammer. Because somebody didn't record that he had paid his ticket and he was. And those things aren't very funny.
No.
And something should have happened to. the person
yeah, there
not
should
doing
have
their
been
job.
repercussions.
Yeah, there could have
on
been
that.
repercussions on that.
Not could have, there should have.
Should've.
been.
Right, that's what I said, there should be.
Yeah.
And
And that
that,
happened in this county.
For whoever was supposed to pull the warrant.
That's what you call
Didn't.
false arrest. Well, the officer may have had probable cause. It could have been at the courts, maybe the courts didn't pull the warrant.
Right, but that's why you
Someone
also
else
have
could have
to
made
call
that.
and check
Yeah.
the warrant,
Right.
even if it hits,
Right.
you still have to verify it.
Yeah.
Assuming that's still.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying those things happen.
They do.
It does. Or somebody steals your license plate and puts it on their car, and so now you've got a wanted license plate that
Yeah, that's.
doesn't go to your car, so we have,
Virginia.
I stopped cars back in the day with the wrong license plate on them. 3/4, well, 90% of the time, it was just some guy that took the plate off his wife's car, because he didn't want to put a plate on his car yet. Was driving down the road, but. When you run the plate and it doesn't match the car, you stop it to find out.
Well, I just think it's a violation of my Fourth Amendment,
Okay,
my Fourth Amendment.
I get it.
And I guess that's all I can tell you.
I respect that. I do.
Do we have any motion on any of this?
We already,
I think the motion's already been made a month or so ago, hasn't
Well,
it?
we made a vote on it, but this came up as this, if somebody wanted to say something, or make a motion, say something, Dave?
The only thing I'd have to say is that the license plate reader sometimes tells you it is the wrong vehicle, and sometimes you can have no plate at all. And because it's covered up with snow or whatever, and you're just looking for a silver vehicle. But even for one person to get injured by stopping a vehicle arbitrarily and then trying to find out who that person is, whether or not, you know, they got drugs or whatever, because they think you got the right drug vehicle. For children, absolutely,
yeah,
I'm for lock down the county until we find them,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's common sense. But mostly it's the interaction with the officer at the stop when they're trying to make it. And that violates the people's rights with an officer arbitrarily stopping a vehicle.
But it ain't violating a person's right if it was a child's involved.
No, because that would, you're in pursuit of a criminal looking for a stolen child.
We wouldn't be pulling over a vehicle arbitrarily. We will pull a vehicle over with probable cause and suspicion that it was involved in. We just don't pull cars over.
Right, I
So-
understand that. I understand that. And it's just, you know, there's lots of stories out there. You can read in the papers where somebody used a license plate reader and somebody really had their rights violated. Do I think you guys are gonna do that? I don't think so. You know,
Well, if that's the case, like I said before, that's where we have a prosecuting attorney and a defense attorney in this building, and it's their job. And the person that's getting violated, to go right to that defense attorney. Hey, I am being violated, or the prosecuting attorney, I got violated, I want this prosecuted.
yeah, well, I agree with you there, but that's the problem. It's hard to get justice with any kind of rights violations.
Don't think so, but.
Well, I got lots of rights violations piling up and nothing's happening. I got the circuit court judge under 2 affidavits where I now have jurisdiction over him, and he absolutely refuses to hear anything I have to say.
I haven't seen anything go across. Anything on that, so.
Yeah, but that's my only concern is I don't want to have my family taken out of a vehicle for because you're looking for a drug dealer or whatever. For the child stuff, absolutely 100%. Where I think we're all thinking the same way. Now, do I like the idea of license plate reader? I think it's a great tool that could be used properly. But at the same time, the Constitution is very clear that none of us should have our rights violated at any time.
I would
But you
challenge
just
anybody
said
that
it's
has.
okay to violate it for a child, but it's not.
No,
okay.
it's not a right, wouldn't be a rights violation because the officers would be looking in the commission, there's a crime happening right at the
Well, if
time.
somebody has drugs on them, there is a crime happening. You cannot have meth. It's illegal to possess it. There is a
I
crime
agree.
happening.
Yeah.
And if they're delivering it, there's another crime happening. If they're selling it, that's another crime. So if it's to do with that, it's the same thing. There's a crime happening.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that that number will get put into that system, is
It-
if it was for a crime.
True. We're not looking
They have
at
to be
for civil
wanted for
crimes,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, be a crime.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm all for,
And I would challenge if you hear, please, if you hear of. Where there's a strong belief someone's rights were violated because of the license plate reader,
mhm.
come to my,
Oh,
I like it when you come to my office, we have good discussions. Stop in, see me, and we'll deal with it. And like Commissioner Seabrick said, we have a prosecutor, we have defense counsel, and there are channels in place to prevent overzealous policing. And it was start and stop with me. I wouldn't allow overzealous policing in the first place.
Yeah.
And
I have no problem with the sheriff's department's gonna do with the license plate reader. I know he's to do the right thing. And the other part with the commissioners is the impairment of the constitutional contract that they agreed to. That's the other issue. So it's 2-part thing. So when the Board of Commissioners approves the payment of, that's already a constitutional contract violation.
Well, we're talking about the license plate scanner. If you got another thing to bring up, I encourage you to go and file
Well, we already did file with the affidavit that shows that this is a two-part issue.
And I pretty much was told that that is not work papers, so,
That's okay.
and that's. Between, yeah,
And of course, I'm moving under the common law.
right, yeah.
You know, government's separate from the sovereign people. And so we use the court of record, you use the public record.
Right,
But at any time, the court of record supersedes the public record. And so we're gonna get a trial by jury of your peers to,
and have you set a date of that yet?
uh,
Have you set a date for that yet? Just so I'm here, you know.
No problem.
If I may,
no, but there will be.
unless it's presented through the recognized legal system, those two gentlemen can come to my house and arrest me, and lock me up. If you come to my house and try that, we're gonna have an issue.
No, that you're
So-
misunderstanding. me.
So you can't try me,
No,
you have no legal standing, so.
You
that's all I'm gonna
misunderstand,
say.
sir. You misunderstand the Constitution with the people's
You
rights.
quoted the Constitution from multiple states. This is the state of Michigan and the United States of America.
I did.
I don't care what New Hampshire, Texas, New Mexico, any of their
Okay,
constitutions say.
our US Constitution, Article 1, Section 8 shows.
I already
that-
took an oath of the Constitution and I
Okay,
do
but
it very
Article
well.
1,
Thank
Section
you very
8.
much, sir.
Article 1, Section 8 of the US Constitution says that we have the rights provided to us by all 50 state constitutions. So that means if you have a right in Florida, you have a right in Michigan,
Under,
under the US Constitution in the 50 states. So that's why we're the people of the 51 constitutions. And that the contract, the constitutions are the contract for our trustees to follow.
well, you interpret it a different way than I would get interpreted from our legal staff,
Mhm.
so, and fortunately, that's where I have to go by
I understand that your position.
the things.
Yeah.
So any other thing on number 9, license plate scanner?
I'd just like to, my problem is where the data goes. And I think you kind of cleared it up a little bit for me. But there's no guarantee.
There never is.
There's
No.
I mean, the computer you have right there, there's no guarantee
I
that
know.
somebody's not gonna get into
We
that.
try our darndest to
Yeah,
safeguard, but like I said, the drive is still
We will do
doing.
our very best, Commissioner, to.
And you can bet that if your truck shows up on Fox News, I put it there.
Now you're down to the tractor.
But I really do appreciate you guys discussed this so thoroughly. I'm very thankful for taking it seriously. I really am. I thank you for that.
And I gotta give it to the board, they did take it very seriously, because I think this is
Yeah.
probably the 3rd or 4th time we've been here answering questions on it, so you really have done your due diligence as a board. And also, Dave, you know, thank you for stopping in the office and
Sure.
appreciate that, anytime.
Okay, resolutions, we have anything, nothing, sir? Committee reports?
thanks for your time, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. Not really a committee report, but I did receive a request from Commission on Aging from Chris Lindquist.
Yeah.
They are trying to apply through Superior Health Partnership for some more funds for the meal program. Last we knew, they had doubled it. They've now tripled
Is
the
that right?
amount of meals that were, there were X amount of meals planned for the funding they received. They're now up to about 3 times that amount of
Well, the
meals.
hot's hot and the cold's cold, this is coming right from here.
And it's coming from here, so people are getting, and there's more choices as far as even just regular choices, but they've also got specialty meals for folks with dietary restrictions.
Actually,
So
costs
it's,
quite a bit
yeah, it's
for
skyrocketing.
each person to even receive the meals. I mean, it's like, I think.
Yeah.
Regular basis, it was like $100 a month just to get meals.
That ain't that expensive for $3 a meal.
I heard they were having trouble getting people to deliver.
I heard you were talking about.
So far, they've been
Yeah, I
okay. They could use some more
Yeah.
still. But they have also been able to reach out as far as Grand Marais. And I know they've been getting veterinarian stuff too, so they're doing more meals for more people in a bigger area of the county. So she had asked for a letter of support and we'd already given them one letter of support, so I sent her another one. So she can turn that into them. Because we already on the record supported it, so. Just wanted to let you know I did it.
Anybody else got any committee?
Sorry, I did not get you the stuff that you needed for this for my committees. Cause my uncle passed last week, so it's been a crazy week. I just wanted to clear that you were gonna take land bank and
Yep.
brownfield.
Yep, Pam already sent me the packet too. so.
You're gonna take the materials management.
Cause you were alternate on that, you wanted to be.
Okay, I just gotta send the things. QPAD,
I'm on QPAD.
yep.
He's on QPAD.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, I can,
No, I'm on QPAD, you're on camp.
can't, QPAD, I need to be there this month because it's our voting of executive and everything like that, so and you'll be there, so when we're there, we can.
When is that date? Do you remember?
20, I think it's this Thursday, the third Thursday, so it's this Thursday or Friday, I believe.
Can't be Friday.
I think so.
Why they do a meeting on Friday?
It's the
Someone
big
else
ones.
got meetings always on.
But if you're not there, I'll make sure that they know that
I'll be there.
I'll be the executive committee still, but you'll be the alternate until we figure things out.
All right.
And then the DHHS, I can continue that one. It is a 10-minute meeting and it's on Thursdays here in town, and I'm already in the building for playgroup that day for my son. So I think that covers the ones outside of Tuesday
So
morning.
you
I
can
can
get
still
him the
do
information
for materials
material
management, which I just got all that, so I'm gonna forward it to you.
Okay,
Like I said,
And
Pam
you-
sent
when
me the
do they
packets
meet?
for tomorrow. So
Okay,
when do they meet? So they in conflict with some of the meetings I already have.
they've changed different times. Cause it's been, I think they just canceled the last one.
I think they're still trying to settle in on that.
Yeah,
I think I got them all posted on the front board
yeah.
in the corner.
their next one is the 20th of this month,
Well, I won't be able to make that, that's a conflict.
board.
and that is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in this office.
Yeah, it's a conflict this time.
Okay.
Next time I should be.
All right, so I'll email him and let him know what's going on.
I'll put that on the
Very,
calendar.
very close. You might have to vote on that. We'll check if we need a. roll
Yeah.
call.
And correspondence? Nothing. Board comments?
Are
Kelly?
you saying we need to add that and vote on it?
Pretty much.
None?
That's
Thank
one,
you.
okay.
None, no.
I don't have any comments, you?
No.
Staff comments? Cool.
No, I think Becky's room looks great.
Yeah, she's moving in.
Oh, it's all done.
Yeah, she's having moved in. Her computer will be
It
moved in.
was too late today. My head didn't see. I said she had her boards on.
Sheriff, any comment?
Yeah, I'm actually part of an initiative right now with Peninsula Fiber Network and Tim McKee. We're gonna do a big outreach on it's a system that's called My 3 Words. And they are utilizing a scenario of 3 Boy Scouts that were lost in Alger County 10 years ago.
What's 3 words?
What 3 words? And we're gonna be doing this, hopefully it'll be by May or June.
Talk to the
They're
same.
utilizing our county as an example of a situation we had. And 911, it's supposed to, where you can text. It's a 911 text thing, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt.
You're
And,
right. You're correct.
and they put in 3 words. We'll tell them what 3 words to put in.
Yeah.
They put the 3 words in and it gives us the exact location of where they're at
Within meters.
within meters. It's supposed to be really it's only compatible with what's called next generation 911, but we have that. Our county has next generation 911. And so we will be ahead of Lower Michigan again on this, because they have some counties down there that aren't even next gen or next generation eligible yet. We are, this initiative is free of charge. We're gonna advertise it. We're gonna put placards out on the signs, snowmobile trails, the heads to the trails for the snowmobilers, the RVers, the skiers. It'll be on the trailheads, as many as we can think of. And it'll tell them how to download the app on their phone. And with that app, we can locate them within pinpoint.
If they have service.
No,
Theoretically, yeah.
Theoretically,
you don't have to have good
you
service.
don't even gotta have good service. Once you get the app on the phone.
As I said, to download it.
Yes.
you have
Yes,
to have-
yes, you have to have the app ahead
Yes.
of time.
But it's really supposed to, according to Tim McKee from Peninsula Fiber Network, he's so excited about it that he told me to caution spending the money on going out and putting mile markers on our snowmobile trails right now. but what Dean, we were working on, he said because he thinks this will be covered by them, the cost for the placards, the cost for everything. Peninsula Fiber Network, and it won't cost us anything, and we won't have to go through the trouble of putting every mile marker out on every trail.
Well, Starlink has just, went in with Apple. Pretty soon, all your Apple phones will be able to text through Starlink anywhere, everywhere.
Excellent.
So that's gonna be a game changer.
And do
too.
you need them towers?
Huh?
Then do you need them towers?
Not text, no, you Starlink will all be. And anybody that has a newer iPhone, Apple. You'll be able to,
I have a Samsung.
go right through.
Here's a good thing,
Could I ask you a question there?
cause I wanna check it.
Yeah,
Oh, 'cause I had.
Your deputy talked my daughter into the
You might
polar
be worried.
plunge. And she was wondering, where's the sheriff?
Battery might be- So like.
I make too big of a splash.
Yeah. That's what you want, a big
I'm
splash.
thinking about all the other jumpers, I don't wanna splash.
That doesn't even sound
Doesn't
appealing.
even-
Not even a little bit.
I love
But
it.
now you have the satellite 911 too. So that's, we went over this with Tim at my new commissioner's school.
Oh, good,
I just said Dean my 3 words sitting here.
good job.
You can actually open up, when you open up your texting app,
Cheesy.
when you usually get, yeah, there's 3 words. It was 2 guys in England, they divided the entire globe, done in 3-meter squares.
Yeah.
And each square has 3 unique words. There's no repeats, there's no. And so like if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, cause like now, you even get emergency satellite texting. Even when you don't have service, as long as I already have the app on my phone, I can open it up, I can hit the little plus button. Where I would usually add a picture or something funnier like that.
Yeah.
I hit the what 3 words app, it pulls up, I hit the little arrow. Shoots 911 my 3 words.
And it's supposed to be just phenomenal. And we're utilizing our county as an example, so we're part of the kickoff on it and everything. As far as I know, everything's free. It's a free app. They're gonna make everything free, the placards for us. We'll just get out. I thought maybe we could talk to Rescue 21 about going out and putting some of these up on trailheads for a little PR for the team. And, you know,
Like down here, my GPS is poor, so it's off by about, we'll go with 12 meters.
what we get right now from a scene of an accident, we'll get in,
Which are at least gonna.
we're between the Buckhorn and M94. Cause these people don't know the trails. They call us on their cell phone, we'll hit the closest tower, or they'll text us, and it puts us in a vicinity. And it depends what tower it hit, correct, Matt? This is supposed to take us right to the scene,
This will get you into that 3-meter square.
into that 3-meter square.
That's the same one they used in West Virginia then,
They use it all over the place, all over the
North
world.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Remember they couldn't find people?
yeah, all over the world.
But if
So
we,
you
that's,
don't
Guys
have,
did it and made it
so
free.
you don't need a tower anymore?
no, most things is gonna go to satellite eventually.
Eventually, like even my phone, when I get out somewhere where I have absolutely no signal, all of a sudden it'll switch, will say SOS and there'll be a little picture of a satellite. I can't send Dean a text message, but I can text 911 as long as that's showing up on my phone.
This is gonna work. For kids' Gizmo watches that you can put apps on and their
Yep.
Apple watches and stuff, so like your kid's lost out in the woods.
Absolutely.
And they're like, it got dark, I was supposed to be home, and I mean, my daughter, I yell at her all the time, I said, you need to get home, you're not supposed to be that far out in the
Tim was
woods.
talking about it, we're all downloading it on our phone while he's talking.
I
Yeah.
just did.
So that's like, that's really nice, like.
We're really
you
gonna media blitz
kids
this
would
hard,
be-
so everybody in the county will know about the app. We're
That's
gonna really blitz it hard. So I'm excited about that. It's just another step forward in our 911 world.
Matt,
Putting us on the map out there so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job.
Down the-
Saturday, R21 fish ban, said,
Yes.
public comment? Nothing. 16 adjourned.
Move we adjourn.
I'll support.
Roll call?
All there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye.